In a time of great turmoil, the once bustling city of Elmsworth had fallen into a hushed, eerie silence. The cobblestone streets, usually alive with the chatter and laughter of its residents, now echoed with an unsettling quiet. A deadly virus had swept through the city, turning its inhabitants into mindless, shambling zombies. The few who remained uninfected lived in constant fear, barricaded in their homes or hiding in the shadows. Among the few brave souls left was Lucas, a 10-year-old boy with a sharp mind and a heart full of courage. Lucas had always been curious, often wandering the streets of Elmsworth with his best friend, Brian, a girl with a knack for solving puzzles. Together, they had explored every nook and cranny of their city, but now their adventures had taken on a new, more dangerous purpose. The city's transformation had been swift and terrifying. One day, everything was normal, and the next, chaos reigned. Lucas and Brian had watched from their attic hideout as neighbors and friends succumbed to the virus, their eyes glazing over as they joined the ranks of the undead. It was a sight that haunted their dreams and fueled their determination to find a solution. The children knew they couldn't survive on their own forever. They needed to find a cure, and fast. Rumors had spread of a scientist who had been working on an antidote before the outbreak. His lab was said to be located in the heart of the city, in a part of town now overrun by zombies. The journey to the lab was fraught with danger. The streets were littered with debris, and the moans of the undead echoed off the walls. Lucas and Brian moved cautiously, using their knowledge of the city to navigate the safest routes. They had to reach the lab before the virus reached them. As they neared the lab, they encountered a group of other children, survivors like themselves. At first, there was mistrust, but soon they realized they all shared the same goal, to survive and find a cure. The group banded together, pooling their resources and skills. Inside the lab, the air was thick with dust and the remnants of hurried experiments. Papers were strewn across tables, and strange equipment hummed with dormant energy. The children searched frantically, knowing time was not on their side. The conflict came to a head when Lucas discovered a locked cabinet labeled antidote. The key was nowhere to be found, and the zombies were closing in on their location. Panic threatened to overwhelm them, but Brian, ever the problem solver, noticed a pattern in the scientist's notes that hinted at the key's location. With moments to spare, Brian's keen eye led them to a hidden compartment in the wall. Inside was the key. They opened the cabinet and found vials of a shimmering liquid. It was the antidote, their salvation. The resolution was swift. The children worked together to distribute the antidote, using their knowledge of the city to reach as many people as possible. Slowly, the city began to awaken from its nightmare. Those who had been transformed returned to their former selves, and the streets of Elmsworth once again filled with life and laughter. Lucas and Brian stood together, watching as their city healed. They knew that their adventure had changed them forever, forging bonds that would last a lifetime. In the face of fear and uncertainty, they had found courage in friendship, and together, they had saved their world.